my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me.
Coach, from the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. 50 set. Now, 55. Check the tight end. Check the tight end.
And to give this time to the tailback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. On 1st and 10, Brissett is going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 2nd down, Dobbins.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there was a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on second down. Brissett, and to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Brissett on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field, you take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, lock it.
This is a counter play. Eckler. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
On 3rd down, Costello escaping the pressure right. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Take a break. 49. I'm on. Ready.
On 1st down, Costello. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the shit. Hey.
They'll run here with Eckler. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Ready, break. 49. No gain on this defense. No gain. Slam.
On the ground, it's Eckler. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Costello. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start the drive with Drake. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Come on, set. Go to base. Here we go, here we go. Right, right, right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right, tight on the right. Four there.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DJ Reader in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Let's go now. Shoot the Pittsburgh.
Fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he completes it to Wilson. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Here we go. 6 yards. Double time. Hey. 4 down.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Eckler. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. It's complete to Grant. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Let's bring it. Hey, check right.
First down, Brissett. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
55, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
A first down throw for Brissett. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Brissett from the gun on third. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set up. 15, line it. 15 line.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Now!
49.
Throwing on first down. Costello. He'll get this to Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, Costello. The throw taken in by Cole. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st and 10, Costello, and Thomas has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
On the ready.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
It's Eckler again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
52 is the mic right here, over there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Costello eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Check 52.
Get it.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Here we go. 30 base.
Come on, let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello, he gets it to Thomas. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. Four down.
Operating from the gun, Costello. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Keelan Cole, the intended target. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Switch.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
41's the mark. He's time to win.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Rock it.
Once more, here's Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
49's the mark. So we got man.
On first down, Costello. It's complete to Fuller. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Come on, set. 10-2 start.
Let's go.
Back. 2.
Here is Eckler. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Bang it. Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down, Costello. He's got Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up. because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And an alley to run. A big C away. The 20. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means like he had green on that play.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Set. 18 Gators. Look, squeeze.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And they're going to him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It got his man complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Texans on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey, my 7.
From the gun, Costello. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Prescott. Big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and long for Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Prescott on 4th down. Nice footwork at the 25. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Kill. 46.
Right, 40 left.
Kill.
Coming after you. I'm coming after you.
26.
To the air again, Prescott. Flushed out right. So now he's going to use his legs. And this is going to be intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
And he's into the clear. 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. DJ Chark, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott, and he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. DJ Reader has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And Eifert has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Ha-Ha Clinton Dix with a pick. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read.
Hey, I'm coming.
Ready?
Back to throw. Costello. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Grant. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Texans, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.